Voila. Oh, look at that. A gorgeous way to elevate your charcuterie board. The whole neighborhood will be talking. Hey, it's Ali Carr, and this is Serve It. We're gonna show you how to make a Thanksgiving charcuterie board with a bread cornucopia on the board. Get ready for this. It's copious amounts of cheese and meat and just goodness, come on. So first up, we're gonna make our cornucopia. I've got 2 tins of pre-made refrigerated dough, some flour, sesame seeds to garnish, an egg, and water to do my egg wash. I'm gonna cut my dough into 8 equal parts. Get some nice flour on your board too. We don't want it to stick. Then we're gonna roll these out. It's like kid craft style, where you make the snakes out of the dough. Okay, so out of all 8 of our pieces, we're gonna roll 7 and leave 1 to do a really special trim on our cornucopia. I'll show you that here in just a second. You definitely wanna give it a little bit more length than what you think you need because it will kind of snap back just a little bit. I am gonna cut this one into 3 parts, work this one into 3 really thin pieces. Take aluminum foil and make a cone. You'll fill it with more aluminum foil to kind of give it that structure. Spray this with some nonstick spray just to make the removal a little bit easier. So we'll start with our first twist. Go ahead and wrap it around. A little tricky to start, but once you get that first little wrap, it's really easy. Then we're gonna take our 3 pieces, really simple braiding. I'll just take 3 right here, smush them together, and then we're just gonna cross over the center. As you're braiding too, you can pull it a little bit if you need to. Pinch that off, and we will wrap that right around our cornucopia. Once we have our cornucopia all prepared, we're gonna get it ready to bake. Do a little egg wash. That's gonna give it that beautiful golden brown, make it a little shiny too. So, got an egg, some water, go ahead and whisk that up. It gets a lovely wash before baking. Just go ahead and brush this right along the top. It's like a spa day for the bread. Once we're nice and covered, I'm gonna add a little bit of sesame seed trim right to where we did our braid. Boom! Almost a cornucopia. We're gonna pop this in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes at 350 degrees. Okay, so first up, let's gather all of our ingredients for our charcuterie board. Key step is you're gonna need a board, any platter or even a cutting board you may already have. The most important is what goes on the board. I'm gonna go ahead and grab our bread out of the oven. Look at this. Once this is cooled, we can go ahead and pull the aluminum foil out of the center. To assemble our board, I like to start with our largest items. Our bread cornucopia, in this case, is that. And then really, this is all about mixing height, texture, and color. So first, lay down the cheese. I almost like to think of it like a clock and varying in different positions. This is an assortment of color and texture. Have a variety of hard and soft cheeses. We've got cheddar and Gouda, but some softer cheeses like a brie and goat cheese. I also like to vary how the cheese is sliced. Let's go ahead and add the meats. What makes it our charcuterie board? An easy step would be buy a package already made that has a variety of prosciutto and salami, pepperoni. Then you have a variety of shapes and flavors to add to your board. It's okay if some of the things disappear while the board is being assembled. I have smaller slices. I like to almost make them arch and they become a little bit of a frame for something else, whether it's some fruit or another piece of cheese. I'm gonna add my fruit. This is where you get to have a little fun with your cornucopia. Get what's in season. Here we have grapes, mandarin oranges, and figs, but you could use berries, strawberries, or whatever fruits you like. For a little symmetry, I'm gonna go ahead and just put this one right over here. Then we can kind of play and fill in with our other fruit. I'm gonna go ahead and lay my crackers down. Water crackers or other crackers to add texture and interest to your board. Once we have our crackers laid in, I'm gonna lay in some of my smaller ingredients. It's also a good time to kind of tweak and adjust the board. I love adding honey or jams to a charcuterie board, but if you can find a fig spread, it makes it amazing, great flavor, goes beautifully with your soft cheeses. It's always nice to have something a little briny. We've grabbed some pickles, olives. You can kind of fill in almost anywhere. It adds a lot of depth and texture and color. And then I'm gonna add some apricots. Anywhere we just need to fill in a little bit more space. All right, I think it looks pretty good. The best thing about a charcuterie board, it's a balance of all the flavors we love. You get salty, sweet, the mix of fruit and cheeses, whether it's a soft cheese or a perfectly aged cheddar. Pulling it all together with some of your favorite crackers, it's a party on a board.